Hi guys, it's Delcy and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about how to schedule your college classes. This is for like incoming freshmen and anyone that is already in college. I also will be describing how I have done mine with changing my major and stuff like that. I know I already described kind of like what I did, but I thought it would be really helpful to include it in this video. That way you aren't trying to search like in whatever video that it was in. I'm trying to search for that video and trying to just go to the spot where I described what was going on. I'll just re-describe it and kind of show you what I did. So without further ado, let's get started. So I have a few tips listed here, and I have a little, I'll be describing them and like talking more about them and stuff like that. Like I have done in previous college videos, I will be describing mainly, like, I will probably describe mainly, like, my experience with things through Wesleyan and stuff like that. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, number 1.1 is browse your college's catalog. Most college websites will more than likely have the catalog on their website. I know Wesleyan does that. For freshmen, browse before orientation. That way you get familiar with the different courses and stuff like that, and you can formulate an idea of kind of like what classes you want to take and what path you want to like lead down and stuff like that. Personally, for me, I never did that when I first came in to Wesleyan as a freshman. I never like went and tried to find the course catalog. I just went in like before I had my schedule, way before I moved in, or even way before like my orientation happened, and the like one of the music professors just made it for me, and kind of just the only things that I really chose, which was what freshman seminar I took and what instrument lessons that I wanted to take. Other than that, everything was what that person did for me. So then my freshman year and sophomore year went, this professor who eventually became my advisor my spring semester of my freshman year, she had basically my 4-year plan based out and like planned out. So all I had to do was write down all the classes for registration and put it into the our registration thing online, and that was it. So as many of you probably also know, I did change my major, and so everything now for my new major and the minor and my gen eds, I did all of that. An advisor did not help me with that. I still do not have a new advisor. I still have the one from music department, so I'm in the process of getting an advisor from the education department, so that is in the process. So yeah, so now me going into my junior year of college, I plan out what classes I take, and then for each semester until I graduate, and then once I get a new advisor, I will just check over with them each semester and be like, is this okay? And if they're like, yeah, this is fine, I'm like, great, and then I submit it and stuff like that. So going back to that point, with the catalog, I know Wesleyan's does this. Usually you can find the major, like in the opening pages, it tells you kind of like where each section is, like education, music, criminal justice, psychology. It tells you what page all of that stuff is on, so you can just go to that page, and then it just tells you, I know for Wesleyan's, it tells you like what kind of majors there are, and then underneath of that, when you find that major, it tells you what like classes, like the class number, like ours tells us the number that you need to complete that major and stuff like that. I will show examples later on in this video of what I'm talking about. But also with that point of browsing your college's catalog, you should write down, you don't should, that's red. You might want to write down courses you find interesting or ones that you might be required to take, whether they're gen eds or, like I said before, whether they're required for whatever major you are going into college or are wanting to take if you're switching and stuff like that. So the next point is don't avoid core/gen ed requirements. I remember my freshman year, I took gen eds and I took music classes, but the majority of the classes that I was taking was classes for my major. It really wasn't any of the gen eds, but I currently do take summer classes online through Wesleyan, and the ones that I'm taking over the summer are my gen eds, but now with switching my major, they are classes that I need for this my new major. Before last summer I thought I was just taking them because they were my gen eds and I wasn't really going to use them anywhere else. Like, I wasn't going to use the classes that I was taking. So now the 3 classes I'm taking this summer, they're all online. I try to make it so that they are online so I'm not driving to campus every day and I don't have to live on campus over the summer as well. I can have more time being at my house with my family. But yeah, so dive right into the gen eds. If you can take them your first year, do that. Or if you don't have the time in your schedule to get all your gen eds, it is okay to take summer classes, or if that is something you want, or just take maybe an extra semester to finish your gen eds and then jump into the classes that you need for your major. The next point is find balance in your schedule. Mix gen eds and interesting classes and classes you'll need for your major. Try to incorporate all of those in your schedule for each semester. I find it really helps. That is what I did when I was finding all the classes that I needed to take for my new major. I kind of incorporated classes that I needed for my major. I tried to fit in gen eds, and if I couldn't fit in gen eds, that I'm taking them online during the summers. But yeah, take an equal amount of different subjects. You don't want to be taking the same classes of a certain subject, maybe you don't want to take all history classes or all science classes. You kind of want to mix it up so that you aren't getting either overwhelmed or bored with a certain subject. So yeah, so the next point is ask questions. More than likely, I believe all colleges do this. I may be wrong, so don't quote me on this, but at all colleges usually give students an advisor, and those people kind of I guess will help you and guide you to kind of what classes you need to take. Most colleges, their advisors will put you in charge of making your schedule, which is kind of what I am doing now for my new major. So ask those people questions, ask upperclassmen that might be in the same major as you, ask them questions to see what classes they took, or what classes they're taking now, what you should or shouldn't take, etc. And the last point is relax. Yes, I believe that making schedules for college classes is really, really stressful. When I was doing this stuff for my new major, it was really stressful for me because like I said earlier in this video, I had an advisor in my freshman and sophomore year who did all the work for me. I really didn't have to do anything. She had my 4-year plan already booked out and stuff like that. And then having an advisor who did that to switching now to a new major where I don't have an advisor, and right now I'm just doing everything myself. It's kind of difficult and it's kind of hard, and it is really stressful, and it is stressful, but in the end I know that what the classes that I have for future schedules are the classes that I chose and I picked, and that are going to lead me to the degree that I want at the end of my college career. But yeah, so that is all of the points that I have for this video. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like show you guys and describe to you guys again what I did for my classes and stuff like that. So what I did, I don't have all of the papers that I used down here right now, but what I did was when I decided to switch my major, I looked on our Wesleyan's course website, found the course catalog, and went to my major, like my new one, which is early elementary education, which with a preference in K through 6, with a music minor. So what I did was I went to early elementary education, and I found all the classes that I needed to take, and I found all the classes that I needed for my music minor, some gen ed that my previous advisor had put on my plan, and stuff like that. So I had all of that, and I had that stuff ready to go. And so then what I did was I found the schedule for when all of the classes were happening, like what days and times and stuff like that. I found all of that for all of the classes I had written down for my new major and minor. And then what I did was I went through all the classes, and I like circled ones that like were like 100 levels and 200 levels that I still needed to take for the education program. I circled those ones, and I circled some other ones and made sure that I had like up to a certain amount of credits, which I'm used to 18 credit hours every semester, so that is what I tried to do. So after I I just sat down with everything for the fall and spring semesters, the 2 papers that I had, and I like went through and I like circled the classes that like I needed to take and I knew I needed to take, and I kind of just like based it off of like classes that I knew I needed to get done soon and classes that like I was interested in or needed for my major, and just I changed things up so I wasn't just taking all education classes each semester. So then what I did was I wrote it like this. So I have like this is the fall semester of 2019, so this is next semester. So then I wrote Monday, all the days of the week, like Monday through Friday, and I wrote the days, like not the days, the times that the classes were at. And so like it basically is just a layout for my classes. So here's this one. This is for this next semester, fall of 2019. I have 18 credit hours, plus I will be doing my clinical ones. Then I have my spring 2021, and this one is like a lot less hectic. Plus this one I also have 18 credit hours along with the fall semester. Then next summer of 2020, I have the classes that I will be taking. I'll be taking 3 classes, and it will be 9 credits for that summer. Then the fall of 2020, I have, like, this is just what it looks like. It's kind of like a busier schedule. And then the spring of 2021, which would be the spring, like the year the semester I'm supposed to graduate. And there's this one, and this semester I'll be taking clinical 2s and other classes like that. And then this summer of 2021, there's like 2 classes up here, and they're actually combined into one class, so I had to like talk about that. And then these other classes I couldn't find, or like they were like in the fall or something, or they just weren't offered, and I'm gonna see if they're online and take those. And then the fall of 2021, which is an extra half semester, I'll just be taking 3 classes on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays I have nothing. Like these 3 classes on Mondays and Wednesdays were the last 3 classes that I needed to fulfill for that class. So hopefully if everything goes as planned, I'll be able to take those 3 classes on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then I'll be able to do the 6 hours of student teaching for K through 4 and the 6 hours for K through, not K through 6, but 5th and 6th grade. So I'm hoping like once I meet with someone and like get an advisor, that will be able to work and like everything will be alright and everything will go as planned. So that is what I did, and that's kind of like basically my schedule for the next 2.5 years. So, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.